Welcome to another production of ParkTV 16 Sports on location. Tonight we are in the beautiful community of St. Louis Park, bringing you Section 6 Quadruple A quarterfinal volleyball featuring the Minneapolis Washburn Millers coming in to take on the home number 3 seed St. Louis Park Orioles, 14-13. Last time we were here with you with ParkTV 16 Sports, it was these same two teams, and St. Louis Park got the best of Washburn, taking them out 3-0. They're expecting that again, but this is the playoffs, folks, and it's a whole new ball game. Washburn comes in with a losing record. Obviously, we saw that St. Louis Park had basically a 500 record, so we'll see what happens tonight. Washburn will serve first. Number 1, back to serve, Meg Stenzel. There she is. 0-0, best of 5, moves on to the semifinals. And we're underway here at St. Louis Park High School Gymnasium, and that first shot results in a point for St. Louis Park, so they're off to a great start. Number 13, that is number 13, Evelyn Barnett, the sophomore, gets point number 1. Now back to serve, that was number 6, Grace Johnson, just a freshman. Back on St. Louis Park's side, they're gonna have to play defense and a chance for Washburn. If they get a good set, they get the dink and the point. Well done. Number 5 for Washburn, Kiara Russ, to number 8, Marie Peck, and that was a nice combination that ties the score up 1-1. And back to serve for the Millers of Washburn, number 13, Bryn Winter. Gets a good serve into the back row, the nice set, and the spike from the right side is a winner for number 3, Macy Alexander, the senior. And she'll take a step because she is a front row player through and through. Now into serve for the Orioles, number 12, Addison Shenvert, junior captain, gets it to the back row. Miller's struggling, they gotta play defense, and a chance for the Orioles. And they saved that. Both teams had to play defense there, didn't they? Now, net violation on number 5 for the Millers. Kiara Rust results in a point and another service chance for that woman right there, number 12, Addison Shenvert. They're up 3-1. This is the quarterfinals. One of these teams is playing their last match, and that is a beautiful kill shot from the left corner by number 7 for Washburn, Sage Berggren, the freshman, right there. Look at that, beautiful. Wide open, and now we got a major whistle from the judge. That's right in that right side of our screen. I've never heard those kind of whistles. I thought there was an emergency going on, but nevertheless, no, we don't. And that's a serve by number 8, and what a great serve it was. Number 8, Marie Peck, the sophomore. What I liked about that, it was right at shoulder level, and that puts that second row on defense in a position of letting it go or not. They chose to hit it, and they couldn't handle it. And there's another one, and this time it didn't work. They wised up that back row, they let it go, and it sailed long, and Park now has a 4-3 lead. Game 1, I'm Robert Christensen. Glad you're with us here on ParkTV 16 Sports for quarterfinal playoff volleyball. It doesn't get better than this. And the Millers on a violation that may have been a double hit. And it results in a 2-point lead, 5-3. Back to serve for Park, number 13, that is Evelyn Barnett. And a nice set, deep shot from the near side for St. Louis Park. Now Washburn plays defense, and not very well, as just right there, number 7, Sage Berggren, who had that great kill shot just a moment ago, tried to play defense, and it sailed left and out of bounds. 6-3 our score. St. Louis Park up 6-3. And that serve this time goes right into the net. That gives a point to Washburn. They're down 2, and they have the serve. And now a substitution, you can see right there, checking in for Washburn, number 9. That is Kaya Karkoska, junior. Into serve, her team down 2. Good serve to the back row, and a nice, I thought, bump by number 10 for St. Louis Park, Houston Samoy. But they were unable to handle it on the front right row, and that results in a point. 6-5, Washburn is just down 1, and that deep serve handcuffs number 12, Addison Shenvert. That ball goes off the ceiling, and number 9 for Washburn, Kaya Karkoski, has brought her team even at 6. Serve on the way, another nice bump, set, kill shot, and that's gonna work. That is classic, great volleyball right there. Beautiful bump in the back row, the set and the kill shot. Bump, set, kill, that's the name of the game. Now back to serve with a 1-point lead. Number 6 for St. Louis Park, that was Grace Johnson. And look at the bench. I don't know if we can get a shot of that. You can see the players. They are very demonstrative, very entertaining. Grace Johnson now with a 1-point serve. They've got a 2-point lead. There's the set and the kill shot. Expertly done by Houston Samoy, the sophomore. Perfect set, and there's the bench. Love that enthusiasm by Park Orioles. They're up 3-9, 6 game 1. Quick serve by Grace Johnson, looking for her 3rd point in a row on service. She gets number 4, and she's on a roll. 10-6 our score, game 1. Grace Johnson back to serve. And this is a momentum game like a lot of sports, and you can feel it right here. She's gonna keep that rhythm going, gets that serve down. The Millers have a hard time, and Grace Johnson's on a roll. You wonder if the Washburn coach might not want to call timeout here soon. And instead, he's gonna do some substitutions. Grace Johnson, oh, nope, they're gonna wait on that. Grace Johnson goes to the back row, another great serve. Now they play defense for the Millers. Shenvet gets that. Now the kill shot and the block at the net by number 11 and number 1 by Washburn. That was brilliant. Rose Zembembra and number 1, Meg Stenzel. Watch these two right on your left screen. They timed their, oh, actually it just went into the net, didn't it? Nevertheless, they were right there to catch it if they needed to. 11-7 our score. Back to serve for Washburn. That's number 4, Kate Stenzel. And she hits that into the net. Lost opportunity for the Millers. And they are now down 5. Back to serve, number 10 for St. Louis Park, Houston Samoy. Jump serve, back row, well done. Trouble for the Millers. They're gonna play defense and just get it over, and they can't do it. Not sure what that whistle was for. It may have been a double hit by number 2 for the Millers, Addison Fry. The net result, 13-7 lead, and another serve for Samoy. She gets it to the back row, always a good thing in the kill shot. It was either blocked at the net or it was into the net or a combination of both. It was taken by number 13, Bryn Winter, and now here's the timeout I was expecting. There's the replay and the frustration displayed there by Bryn Winter, of course, and they will talk it over. They're down 7. This is a 1-minute timeout. And a chance to remind you, you are watching quarterfinal 6 quadruple A volleyball tournament action. Glad you're with us here on ParkTV 16 Sports. Both these teams met earlier in the season. St. Louis Park got the victory, and they're off to a great start here at home. Good crowd on hand from both sides. There's a good crowd here from Washburn. There's the student section. Always a great experience to be on campus at St. Louis Park, one of the greatest suburbs in the United States, I would say, of any metro area. I always love being here. Great neighborhoods, great schools, so many opportunities close to downtown Minneapolis, so many things you can do and live this great suburban life. Okay, glad you're with us. We're back out of the timeout. Serve, Millers trying to handle it, and they do get it back over. Now a chance for St. Louis Park. And the Millers with a chance. The dink shot, saved by Grace Johnson. The kill shot attempt saved, and still alive by the Millers. They get it over. and the whistle, and was there a violation at the net? There was, and they're gonna give the point to the Millers. There looked like there was some question between the officials, and I have to honestly divulge, I'm up on all the violations. I sometimes cannot perceive them. But let's see if you can see on the replay. Not sure what it was, I still can't tell. That net didn't move. Yeah, somebody must have hit the net. Now the Millers, back row, well done. Grace Johnson trying to save it, they keep it in, and Macy Alexander gets in the back row. Millers save it. Now St. Louis Park with a chance. The kill shot, stopped by the Millers. And now a whistle away from the play. It's gonna result in a point. I think there was a neutral, the best I can describe it, I think they were in the neutral zone. I think if any part of your body gets under the net and into the other side, that's an automatic violation. I think that's what I saw. Served by St. Louis Park, up 7, 15-8. Millers blocked at the net nicely by number 3, Macy Alexander. And the point ends up with Washburn. And Washburn travels well. There's a lot of people here, and there's that replay. Oh, she walked into the net. You can't do that. So even after you hit the ball, you've got to stay on your side. So body control is a huge deal. Much like basketball, right? You can make the block, but if you run into the player while you're doing the block, it's going to be a foul. If you go straight up and get the block, it's not going to be a foul. That's much like this by analogy. If you make the shot, but you run into the net, you're going to get called on it. 16-9. Millers with a chance. Good kill shot. Nice save there by number 13, Evelyn Barnett. And now the kill shot by Macy Alexander. And that was big time, folks. The nicest shot of the night. She found that corner with power and authority. Fun to watch right here on your TV screen. Here's the set. Now Macy, big time hammer into the corner, no one home. 17-9. And that ball sails long, another point for Park. They're at 18, doubling the score of Millers. They're just 7 from game 1. Glad you're with us here on ParkTV 16 Sports. Now a chance for the Millers. Nice save in the back. Now a chance, kill shot, well done by number 13 for the Millers. Bryn Winter, the senior, outside hitter, scores on a beautiful set to bring her team within 8. And now back to serve for the Millers. There's number 7, Sage Berggren. And now to serve, number 13, Bryn Winter just made that great shot, and she put a little topspin heat on that ball. A diving Grace Johnson could not catch up with it, so if Washburn's gonna make a run, this is the time to do it. Bryn Winter, back row, nice job. Chance for Macy Alexander, she almost found the sweet spot. Nice diving, saved by the Millers. Park needs to answer right here. Another nice save in the back row by Bryn Winter. St. Louis Park, the set, trying to get it to Macy. It was a little ahead of her. She had to play defense. Now it's tipped over. Best rally of the night. Oh, and there was a miscommunication. Point goes to the Millers, and you get the feeling they're feeling the momentum. This is where they're making their run. Back to serve once again. Bryn Winter, she's now down 6, 18-12. Game 1 is critical. If you're on the road and you're the Millers, they have 6 wins only on the year. Trying, and that's too many hits. So St. Louis Park answers back. They're now up 19-12, 6 from the win. And if you're a Washburn Miller fan, the problem, even if you start to play tremendously better, you're down really far. You've got to play almost perfect volleyball. Now back to serve for St. Louis Park. Addison Shenvert, and comes back, played by Barnett. And the kill shot goes long, but was it touched by Washburn? There's a discrepancy, and it's gonna go to St. Louis Park. It obviously sailed long, but I did think it did touch a Washburn player in the back row. You judge for yourself on our excellent replay right here. the set. Right here, and I think it touched the player right there. Oh boy, that was hard to see. Meanwhile, we're back underway. Our score is 20-13. We may have missed a point there, but that was worth watching. That was a great replay. I'm not sure the officials got that right. But we play on, we move on. 20-13 our score. Game 1, best of 5. Back to serve, number 8 for Washburn. Marie Peck, the sophomore mid-hitter, gets it to the deep row. St. Louis Park has a great return. I would call that an offensive return because there was so much trajectory. It was short, flat, with pace. They used the pace of the serve against them, and it worked out. Now St. Louis Park 4 points from the win in game 1. Millers get it back over. Now a chance for Park with a good set and a kill shot, and it does find the corner once again. I didn't see out of the corner of my eye. I believe it was number 13, Evelyn Barnett with that kill shot. Great team play by Park. 22-13 in game 1 there. 3 points from the victory. Nice set, kill shot, and what a block at the net by Grace Johnson. Another good defensive maneuver there by St. Louis Park. Millers, they'll play defense to the back row. Shenvert, and not a kill shot, and a chance for the Millers if they get it down right, and they do this time. I believe that was number 11, Rose Zaremba. There she is, played that expertly. Millers hanging in there. Down 8, 22-14. Back to serve, number 9, Kaya Kurkoska. What a nice knee shot by number 12, Addison Shenvert. Point goes to the Millers as that sails just long. Great replay there. Another serve for the Millers as they're hanging tough with the game on the line. What a great kill shot and a nice save and a miss hit. And you can see by her reaction as she put her hand to her mouth, Sage Berggren, I bet she took her eye off it momentarily. That's usually what it was, because she's had some great kill shots. Very good athletic player over there. Just took her eye off it in my estimation. Now off the I-beam. All right, that's an interesting whistle. I always thought when you played off the ceiling, it was you played on, and there, right when it hit the I-beam, and I don't know if you can see it in our camera shot, but there is an I-beam that hangs, I would say 3 feet below the actual false ceiling here. As another point ends up with St. Louis Park, and just like that, they're at 25. They win the first game 25-15. Stay around for game number 2. We're in a best of 5 in this quarterfinal.
It costs so little to teach a child to love, and so much to teach him to hate. These simple but profound words from our founder have been guiding Boys Town in our work with kids and families for over a century. Today, the ideals of equality and respect are at the core of each parenting strategy you'll find at boystown.org/parenting. Whether you're a parent, grandparent, or guardian of a toddler, teen, or someone in between, we've got parenting guides, articles, videos, tools, and quick tips on a variety of subjects, all developed with love by Boys Town's experts.
Teach me respect.
Teach me patience.
Teach me kindness. Teach me love.
Visit boystown.org/magnet today to receive your Teach Love Magnet. It's a great reminder that the change we want to see in our world begins at home, and Boys Town is there to help along the way.
Welcome back to ParkTV 16 Sports production of quarterfinal playoff girls volleyball 6 quadruple A. Minneapolis Washburn visiting the St. Louis Park Orioles, and if you're just joining us, glad you're with us. My name is Robert Christensen. You're watching ParkTV 16 Sports. And we're about to begin game number 2 of this best of 5 to move on in the quarterfinals. St. Louis Park, if they win, and right now it looks like they may, although they're only up 1-0, they will take on the winner of Minneapolis Southwest and Minneapolis South in the next round. Park just checking in here. You can see the enthusiasm jumping around. They did play the Millers earlier this year and got the best of them. The Millers only with 6 wins on the year, so this is going to be an uphill battle. They played valiantly, but were beaten by 10. Now, to start it off, that is number 5 for St. Louis Park, Amara Schrader, or Schroeder, depending on tomato, and that ball goes out of bounds. And if you're a Millers fan and you're joining us, glad you're with us, and your team is up 1-0 in game 2. And I would feel, if I'm a Miller fan, they've got to get game 2. If they go down 2-0, it's going to be tough. So let's see if they can get it together and try to get a win here. And now they're up 2. Oh, that was a point for St. Louis Park right at the net, Macy Alexander. And I had the pleasure of meeting her mother right before the match. And anyone that's been a longtime supporter of volleyball and basketball at St. Louis Park, the Alexander family has brought a lot of talent through this school and a lot of entertainment. Now the kill shot by number 13, or that was number 10, I guess, for the Orioles. Houston Samoy gets point 2, and now back to serve. The captain, junior outside hitter, Addison Chenvert, gets to the back row. Millers with a chance. They play defense and blocked by number 4 for a point. That was Jordan McMahon, the senior. We broadcast her in basketball. A heck of an athlete. She timed it well and put it down for the point. Orioles up 3-1. Ooh, that's off the fingers. That almost got all the way by her. Millers in defensive mode once again. Now the set. Chance for the Millers if they get a good set and a kill shot. Chenvert in the back row. Now the kill shot by number 10, Houston Samoy. Well done. Orioles up 4-1 now. Look at that. You know who's playing well is that woman right there, number 5. Amara Schrader. She made that setup for that point, and it's 4-1 Orioles. Millers looking for some traction. They get a little bit of a break at the net, and the kill shot and a save. Back to the Millers. Blocked at the net. McMahon once again gets the point at the net. She is real tough at that net, isn't she? 5-1 Orioles. Chenvert back to serve again. They want to make a quick night of this, I can tell you what. Set. Nice job by Chenvert to save that. She went to her knees, and they're going to give the point to the Millers because I believe there was a neutral zone violation or a net violation by the Orioles. So that's going to be the second point for the Millers. They get a little, they stop the tide, the momentum. Now back to serve for the Millers. That's 13, Bryn Winter, the senior outside hitter. She gets the serve in. Now the kill shot by number 10 for the Orioles, Houston Samoy. Now Samoy again goes deep. It's in. Millers with a chance with a good set. Kill shot blocked at the net. Saving it in the back row was Barnett, and they get the point. Great volleyball action. Orioles take a 4-point lead. They're up 6-2 in game 2 and back to serve. Number 13, who is instrumental in that last point, Evelyn Barnett, the sophomore, and her serve goes to the back row, and that is almost an ace. As she sent number 2, Addison Fry, for Washburn to her knees just to get that ball. But there was no one else to hit it a second time, and that's a 5-point lead for the Orioles. Now the Millers, and they go defense. Schrader, oh, she led a little too far, but adjusting it was 10 Samoy, and they're going to give her the point. That was great, great adjustment, almost in midair, it felt like, by Samoy, and that is the 8th point. It's going to go to the Orioles, and that set was off the mark, but Samoy was able to adjust to get her hand on it and get the point anyway. And look at that serve by Chenbert. And if we can see her celebration, she jumped really high on that serve, and I can understand why, because she was able to bring the top spin heat and find that soft part. She knew she hit it well, and that causes a timeout and gives us an opportunity to look at the bracket that we're dealing with here. So those are the teams, of course, on the left. Burnsville, I've never heard of them. And they're going to advance because they're the #1 seed. Edina against Bloomington Jefferson. I bet that could be a good match. We'll have to look. Who does? Burnsville. Oh, yeah, I was kidding. I was kidding about the bye. If you are watching this on record. No, yeah, I know. So, hey, Paul, can they hear you when you talk to me? No, they can't. So, Paul Broden, our great producer, was telling me that bye is not really a team, but of course they're not. I was kind of kidding there, but yes, Burnsville gets the bye. But Edina, Bloomington Jefferson, #4 and #5 seed. And of course there's Southwest versus South, who Park or the Millers will get. All right, following the timeout, back to serve. Kill shot by the Millers, back row, Chenbert. And the dig shot finds Pater. That was #2. Sophia Nargoski-Gorski, the senior mid-hitter. There she is, perfectly placed, using her peripheral vision to see where the soft part was. And that ball sails wide out, and what a game this is in game 2 for Park. Now back to serve. That is #8 for Washburn, Marie Peck, the sophomore. Goes deep, and that was one where maybe you let go, but you get handcuffed. It's right at that shoulder level. Do you let it go or not? And when balls are at eye level, you'll see baseball players, right? They swing at that high fastball, but sometimes when it's right in your vision, you can't help yourself. And I believe that was the dynamic going on there. Okay, nice bump in the middle row by #10, Houston Samoy. And that goes out of bounds, and the Millers are starting to answer back here. I said Houston Savoy. It makes me think of Savoy Pizza, that's why. But her name is Houston Samoy. Beautiful name. Okay, back row, back to serve for Washburn. #8 again, Marie Peck. Now they're only down 5, and they're trying to find some traction here. There's the kill shot, blocked at the net. Chance for the Millers with a good set. Kill shot, and she got it, and it worked. Boy, when you can get a great set, you can score points. I don't care who you are, watch this set. Beautifully done by #1 for Washburn. Her name was Meg Stenzel to Sage Berggren. And now Washburn within 4, trying to climb back in this match. Set to Grace Johnson, blocked at the net. And they're gonna give the point to Washburn, and now they're starting to creep back in this. 10-7. And this is what I love about high school sports and human beings. We're all resilient, and look at the Millers. They have 6 wins on the year, and they are not giving up. Big serve now from Marie Peck. Back row, and she scores again. And the Millers are starting to wake up here. You wonder if St. Louis Park's gonna take a timeout. And that's exactly what they're doing. And there is the Washburn fan base. There's a parent, I would imagine, or a brother standing up. And listen to the Washburn Miller fan base taking over the arena. It's kind of like going to a Viking game and hearing Pack, go. My goodness. But you gotta love the enthusiasm, no matter which side you're on. Okay, that was a quick timeout. They're right back out here. 10-8 our score. And the story in game #2 is this woman. There's the coach for Washburn. Marie Peck right there to serve again. On a roll. And an ace Wait a minute. What happened there? They gave that point to was there a foot fault? Because I saw the guy on the end line. Did she cross? I have no idea why that was not a point. Did that, no, that's on the line. I am very confused about what happened there, but it's not the first time, and it's not because it's someone else's fault necessarily, but I didn't understand that. And then while we were analyzing that play, the Millers got the next point. They're up to 11-9. Now into serve for them. Number 9, Kaya Kurkoska gets to the back row. The Millers are playing a lot better suddenly here. And if you're a Oriole fan, you've got to be careful here and not get compliant. And there is a swing and a miss by number 11, Rose Zembra. And just like any hand-eye coordination, you really got to keep your eye on the ball. She was well-timed, but when you take your eye off of it, it's not going to work out so well. Serve from the back row. Park trying to get back in the scoring track here. Now that Macy Alexander gets a beautiful set, and she brings the power from that left hitter side. And it's 13-9. Look at the set and watch Macy bring in the power. Nothing they can do. 13-9, 4-point lead. Service by number 10, Houston Samoy. And that ball sails out of bounds, and another point for Park. They're at 14. And that is always the issue in volleyball. Even though you're behind, it's not a time clock, it's a game thing. So it's only 9 points from victory number 2 for the Orioles. And there's a beautiful set. And another kill shot that is successful for Sage Bergrand. And I'm telling you, when you get a good set, and that is a beautiful set, very difficult to defend. And that is another beautiful set by Meg Stenzel, just a freshman out there for the Millers. Now back to serve, pounding that ball, Kate Stenzel. Nice serve, low trajectory. Unable to handle it was Grace Nelson. 14-11, Washburn waking up here in game number 2. This is the witching hour, I think, game 2. Number 4, Kate Stenzel, trying to bring him within 3. And St. Louis Park. This is a game where if you're St. Louis Park, you gotta win this one ugly. Just get this game 2, and that's what's happening here. You know Washburn's gonna bring everything they have here in game 2. Now back to serve, number 2 for St. Louis Park, Sophia Nargarski, and a big time kill shot. Number 13 for Washburn, Bryn Winter gets a beautiful set. Boy, when that set is placed perfectly and you have the timing down, again, I'm repeating myself. Forgive me if it's annoying, but it's so true. Now back to serve, number 2, Addison Fry. Macy Alexander gets blocked at the net, a whistle, and the point is going to go to the Millers, and they're within 2. I think there was a neutral zone violation there, and back to serve, Addison Fry, her team now down 2, 15-13. This is the tournament tonight, for tonight. Washburn wins this, game on. They lose, it's over. Just a prediction. Macy Alexander mistimed it. She was kind of deep. Now it's 15-14. This is when doubts creep in if you're St. Louis Park. Their mental toughness, they need to get focused here. Washburn's Addison Fry back to serve, deep, and they have tied it up. They're jumping up and down on the Washburn bench. You can see it right there. Nice cue there, Paul. Now back to serve, Addison Fry to take their first lead of the night. And boy, this is where tension, yep. You can tell she felt the tension there. She knew they could take their first lead. Now back to serve. And now we'll see the Orioles are gonna answer here. And they don't, and they give A tie to the Millers. We're tied at 16. If you're just joining us, you're catching a great game here in game 2. Great drama. Back to serve. Meg Stenzel trying to get the first lead of the night for the Millers. Big, nice set from McMahon. Blocked at the net. Number 8, Marie Peck. McMahon for the Orioles, and it worked. 17-16, can you believe it? And now that goes off the back row, and they dive for it. Having played a lot of sports, Millers are seriously the underdog. They have only 6 wins on the year, but if I'm a Miller or if I'm on the bench, I am like, let's get these guys. And this is where the Orioles need to dig deep. Meg Stenzel on a roll. Just play fundamental volleyball. Set here, defense. Here come the Orioles. Macy Alexander gets it deep. Might have gone out. Miller's decided to play it. That goes deep. Saved by the Orioles. Great action here. Now the Millers, they understand they are in this thing. They tried to place it. Well placed as well. The Orioles bought it and they didn't convert. And now the Millers are up 3. Another timeout by St. Louis Park at home. And now the crowd is on their feet for Washburn. They didn't travel far. It's not that far away. But they are here and you can hear them. And there is the coach for Washburn. He's like, all right, let's go. If I'm the coach for Washburn, I'm like, I don't say a word to these girls. I'm like, you keep doing what you're doing. There's nothing I can say other than to ruin it. Keep it going, and if you're St. Louis Park, if I'm their coach, this is where you, okay, there's some fans. Good to see these guys out supporting their team for Park. Such great energy at these high school matches. All right, now Washburn, and there you see the concern. And Halloween, look at those horns. All right, love the spirit. Meg Stenzel trying to close it out. There's 6 points from game 2. Macy Alexander, and you get the feeling they're feeling the tension here, the Orioles. They are a young team. And now, I never would have expected this. The Millers are 5 points from game 2 victory and eating this best of 5 up at 1 apiece. They go deep. Chenvert, the McMahon, and now McMahon, Jordan McMahon ends the bleeding and gets their 17th point. And they're only down 3. Chenvert back to serve. We got us a match. Serve, nice bump, set, spike block. Well done by Millers, number 5. That was Kiera Russ. And a point for Washburn, and now they're 4 from the victory. I never would have expected this. Back to serve, 13 for Washburn. Bryn Winter, the senior, she's been effective in game 2. Let's see if she can keep it going. Back row, well done. Kill shot goes long by number 10, Samoy, giving the Millers their 22nd point. They're 3 from the victory in game 2. What a turnaround this has been. Oh, diving and out of bounds. Point to the Millers. They were down, what, 14-6, I want to say. I don't keep good stats here, but something like that. And they have come roaring back here in game 2, and you had a feeling, much like any basketball game, the team's going to make a run, and this is the run by the Millers. Now, what would be amazing is if the Orioles can come roaring back and nip them at the buzzer here, 23-25, but they're going to have to rail off about 7 points in a row or at least 6 to get to a tie, or 5 to get to a tie. But that means playing flawless volleyball here. And they got off to a good start by that serve by number 13, Evelyn Barnett, and the point's gonna go to St. Louis Park. So if you're a Miller fan, mental toughness comes into play here. Can you finish it out? Those last 2 points are the most difficult. Back to serve for the Orioles, Evelyn Barnett. Hits the net, gets over, and they get that point. I hate to use the word cheap because I'm not calling any person cheap, but those are cheap shots, you know, right? When they go in net, tough. Nevertheless, 23-20, them's the rules, and another serve, and they're trying to save it and unable to do so. So just like that, the tide is turning back. And a timeout, I think, by the Millers. They're on the brink of winning. As we look at the Orioles, they don't want this to go any more than 3 games. And there's the coach, and she knows it too. They're clearly playing an inferior team, skill-wise. Not that they're not all valuable people equally, of course they are, but skill-wise, they should be dominating, and they're about to drop game 2, and I know that this St. Louis Park coach does not want that to happen. Samantha Hanlon, good timeout by the Millers, though. I mean, they're just 2 bad serves away from winning. They don't even have to do anything. So the Orioles have their work cut out, even though they're down 2. That's actually quite a bit, knowing that all the Millers have to do is get 2 by doing nothing. Let's see what happens. Great excitement. Back row, kill shot. Saved in the back row by Schrader. Well done by the Orioles to save that. And the tip shot works. Number 10. Houston Samoy, I believe that was. There she is. Let's see for sure. It goes so fast. Oh yeah, she just played it perfectly. She timed their jumps and found the soft spot. They're down 1. And they get the serve, and they've tied it up. My goodness. And the Millers, they were so close, and they still are. It's tied at 23. If they don't get this one, it's gonna be over in the next game. I'll almost guarantee it. Millers off the I-beam. Oh, it's starting to fall apart. Just like that, they had this game in their grasp, and now they're facing a game point in a 2-0 deficit in the best of 5. Back to serve to win it. In game 2, and into the net. My goodness. We're tied at 24. Hey, Paul, I think we need to win by 2, or they need to win by 2, right? I think so. So we are going to be in overtime in game 2. Marie Peck. I love this drama. It is so fun to watch. Back row, Chenvert, almost off the ceiling. Grace Snell, and the block attempt goes through the fingers and drops to the parquet floor. And now game point in game 2. Number 6, Grace Johnson gets it in. Millers need to come through here to stay alive, and they get it done. And we're tied at 25. And it is raucous in this gymnasium. In to serve off the bench for the Millers. 2 points from victory. Number 9, Kaya Karkoska. Wastes no time. Saved in the back row by the Millers. Now, going deep on the kill shot was Sage Berggren. She's been lights out from that position most of the night, but that one sailed on her. And it's game point for the Orioles. Number 10. Samoy. Oh, they called it in and they get the win. Just like that, they let it go. Let's go to the replay, Paul. Look, no spin on that ball, and it just dived, and it was blocked. Boy, I don't know. Unfortunately, number 9 was in the way. You know what? It looked long, but you know what? What we think doesn't matter, that's our final score after game 2. Park comes from behind to win that one, 27-25. They're up 2-0 in the best of 3. Come on back for the third game.
Sometimes there's no do-over. Some things you can't rewind. That's when an extra safety step could mean the difference between a close call and a call to 911. Simple steps save lives. Learn more at poolsafely.gov.
All right, welcome back to ParkTV 16 Sports on location. We are bringing you 6 quadruple A quarterfinal volleyball. If you're just joining us, we're on the beautiful campus of St. Louis Park High School in their beautiful gymnasium with skylights, although you wouldn't know it because it's dark out. But there is our score. St. Louis Park up 2-0, and if you just joined us, as I mentioned, they were down in that game 2. The Millers looked ready to even it up, and then St. Louis Park came back to pull it out at the end. I don't expect Washburn to quit here, but you gotta think on some level that was their chance, and now they've got to rail off 3 in a row. But look at Meg Stenzel in the serve, and she was instrumental in giving them that lead before they lost it at the end. And McMahon with the kill shot saved, and the kill shot this time by 13, Bryn Winter, and the point goes to St. Louis Park. So in game number 3 of this best of 5, they get point number 1. If they successful here, they will take on the winner of Southwest versus South in Minneapolis. And another point goes to Park. So my feeling is that the Millers made their huge run. They had St. Louis Park on the ropes in game 2, only to let it go. I would be immensely impressed if they are able to come back and win this game 3 on the road. That is a heartbreaking loss for the Millers, in my estimation. And now, just like that, and not surprising, 3-0 for Park. But they got up to a big lead, and now it's going to be 4, I believe. They do save it. Well done by the Millers. McMahon goes deep, saved by the Millers. And they saved that one in the dive, and the whistle. I don't know what that means. They put their thumbs up. I don't know what that whistle was for. I'd like to think I'm fairly smart at this stuff, even if I haven't studied it, but I really cannot figure that one out. All right, but the Millers, or the Orioles have it, 3-0. I don't know. Yeah, jump ball, I don't know what that was. No, they did not. I hear Washburn parents here, they're going do-over, I don't know. 4-0 is the score, though, that I do know. And another point as number 5 for St. Louis Park, serving well. Amara Schrader, the sophomore. Boy, the Orioles are young, and they're playing well. They made it to the state tournament a couple of years ago. And they're trying to get back to that form, and look at that beautiful touch shot by Jordan McMahon. Looking forward to their basketball games coming up this winter on ParkTV 16 Sports. All right, Amara Schrader up 6-0. It's a clinic right now in game 3 for the Orioles. And there's gonna be a letdown for these Millers after that big run there. Chance for the Orioles, back row, Grace Johnson gets it across, Miller saves it. Now the set, the kill shot. She was a little far away and it went into the net. That was attempted by number 13, Bryn Winter, right here. Look at that. Look at her getting ready, and she's a little far away. 7-0 Orioles. Amara Schrader off to a great start with her Oriole team. And the set to Macy Alexander. She let it fly, and it did fly out of bounds. All that power gives the Millers their first point. It's 7-1 here in game 3. It's a best of 5 in this quarterfinal. And back to serve for the Washburn Millers. Number 13, Bryn Winter. Nice diving save by Meg Stenzel. Saved by the Millers, and a chance for the Orioles with a good set and a kill shot. Macy Alexander delivers for the 8th point. And I should say, we have 2 camera folks here, videographers. One of them is named Robert, just like mine. He is a Washburn graduate, I found out during the break. Now back to serve Chenvert. Set by Meg Stenzel to number 7, Sage Berggren, and she did hit that a little bit, and I do think it's just a matter of taking their eye off of it. I mean, she's very athletic, and how do you miss that unless you take your eye off of it at the last minute? Which is easy to do, because you're trying to look where to hit it and hit it at the same time. Oh, well done. The comeback by number 8, Marie Peck. Yeah. That little deep breath expressed it all, didn't it? Because she had a shot, and then it got deflected, and she stayed with it and got it back down. Well done by her. 9-2, though. Miller's down in a hole here in game 3, but Marie Peck, she was very successful. I'm starting to recognize that she is a heck of a player there for Washburn. And you can see she is feeling the heaviness and the weight of this team on her shoulders. Big serve, Diak Rowe. And there's Peck with that nice bump, and the kill shot attempt mistimed once again by Sage Berggren. And quietness and a whistle. But that point goes to Park. They're up 10-3. 7 points is their lead. Substitutions, Jordan McMahon has a seat into serve for St. Louis Park. Evelyn Barnett gets point number 11. As they have an 8-point lead here with a 2-0 game lead, and that ball, a little lack of concentration by Evelyn Barnett. Into the net, gives the Millers their 4th point. Now I see some parents from Washburn. They're trying to urge their kids on here. Number 9 now into serve. Kaya Karkoska for the Millers. Grace Johnson with the bump, the set, the spike, and well placed, and that's in. The flag man right there in the corner gives Park a 8-point lead, 12-4. Grace Johnson back to serve, and they are cruising here in game 3. No spin on that. Kill shot. I don't know. I think the linesman didn't know. They're going to give it to the Millers, as I thought that ball might have been in. Let's see for yourself. Ooh, that's out. They gave it to the Millers, though. Maybe a little sympathy plays into these calls sometimes. You know, we're human beings, all of us. All right, back to serve for Washburn. Kate Stenzel, also a freshman. Meg Stenzel, they must be twins, right? Wow, the Stenzels are good for the Millers. If we do games in the future, they could be good with those Stenzel kids. Oh, it goes deep. Well played by the Orioles. Just couldn't quite get it down. And now the Millers are increasing their point total, 12-6. That ball is clearly long. And Kate Stenzel, number 4. And we have Meg Stenzel, number 1. For the Millers. Kate gets that one. There's the kill shot. And when you're that close to the net and the ball is placed that well, even my Uncle Leo can make that one. I always say the kill shot isn't about the kill shot, it's about the set. All right, 12-7. Miller's trying to get back in this like game 3. They are not gonna go away easily. It's the high school spirit, and they have enough talent to make it difficult for the Orioles. Bump, oh, and it goes out of bounds. Number 2 for St. Louis Park. Nagorski, I liked her idea. She just played it a little too far, but she saw the opening, didn't she, out of the corner of her eye. She went right over here to the near side, and it was wide open, just a little too far. 12-8 our score. Dink shot, well, oh, it's still, oh, wait a minute, because they went, wait a minute, what was that? Was that a neutral lane violation by Washburn? I believe so. Now Macy Alexander checks in. Chenvert checks out. Look at her, shake the hands of all the team. Love to see that. Blocked at the net and in, and this time the kill shot goes well for Washburn. Bryn Winter, and just like that, the Millers are now only down 4, and we got ourselves a game here in game 3. This is what's so beautiful about high school sports, or all sports in general. Look at the Halloween costumes in display early this week. I think I saw an Indiana Jones over there. And Macy Alexander goes long, and this game is starting to feel like game 2. Park was up early, then they started to let it slip away, only to take it back at the end. Now back to serve, number 2 for Washburn. Addison Fry gets it in. Orioles, Schrader to McMahon. Diving, Miller's unable to save that, and the Park Orioles will take another point, and they are 14 now, 11 points from the match, and advancing to the semifinals. And look at the student section. They are standing. That means they care and they are supportive. Great block at the net by Macy Alexander and Jordan McMahon. They go for another one. They save it, and the Millers are going to get that point. That's their 11th. It's 14-11. That's number 13, Bryn Winter. Now back to serve, Meg Stenzel, and these Stenzel sisters are starting to emerge in my mind as huge players. Meg, and there's Kate right in front of her. Oh, that's a rare unforced error. They're both freshmen. And they are up and coming here for the Washburn Millers. Now St. Louis Park up 4, 10 from the match. Kill shot, nice save off the ceiling by number 13, Evelyn Barnett, but there was so much pace on that ball, she couldn't control the energy, and it went off the ceiling and resulted in a point, and the Millers are down 3, 15-12. Don't go anywhere if you're watching this. It is to be seen what happens here in game 3, and if the Millers can pull that off, it's anybody's match in my estimation. Set, kill shot by Grace Johnson, gets it done, 16-12. There's Johnson. 4-point lead now, back to serve, checking in Chenvert, also checking in right there, number 10 for St. Louis Park, Houston Samoy. Chenvert back to serve, she's 9 from the victory and advancing. And a beautiful serve along the line, diving forward for Washburn. Number 13, Bryn Winter, couldn't come up with it. And now Chenvert has opened up a 5-point lead as we look at some more of the fans. And Washburn still chanting. They've got students here in support of their team. Love to see it. On a Wednesday night in late October. And that ball sails long. Point goes to Park as they now start to open up their lead once again. 6 points. They're 14-13 on the year. Set by Stenzel. Stenzel. No, that was Peck. Now the back row, set. Kill shot goes deep. Hit by number 13, Barnett. And the point goes to Washburn. They are not going away. They're hanging tough at 13 points. They're down 5. And making that point right there, number 11, Rose Zaremba. Back to serve, Marie Peck. She's dangerous to these Orioles. Look at that serve deep. Well done. Handled by 13 Barnett. Meg Stenzel to Marie Peck. Over to number 7 and Sage Berggren. She's been hot and cold at that outside hitter position, hasn't she? Unable to connect on that set. Gives Park their 19.6 from the match in game 3 with the sweep. That was off the mark, went off the net, and I would say Stenzel, number 1 in the Millers, got lucky on that. Gives them their 14th point off the bench for the Orioles. Their coach, Samantha Hanlon, now checking in to serve right there, number 9. That is Kaya Karkoska once again. That serve results. Oh, that's going to be a point for the Millers, and that was a great serve by Karkoska. Park looking at the official, confused about what happened there. But that was a great serve. They didn't handle it well. Point goes to the Millers. They're down 4, 19-15. Serve back in by Karkoska. Diving Chenvert, another point. And Karkoska, she only comes in to serve, and she's got 2 points. She's brought the Millers within 3, 19-16. Orioles still just 6 away. Another good serve. Well handled by number 10 for St. Louis Park, Samoy. Now back to 13, Barnett. Oh, well done in the back row by the Washburn Bryn Winter. Another diving by Chenvert, both back rows diving, playing brilliantly. Now Stenzel blocked at the net. Ball still alive by Stenzel. Now the Orioles chance. Kill shot attempt, diving point for the Orioles. That was the best point of the night. If you've just joined us, that was worth your time right there. Wow. So much fun to watch. Great athletic ability on this court by both sides. Seriously talented people. Now the set and the kill shot. Look at that bump in the back row by number 13, Barnett. To go that low and control that, and look at number 7 brings the heat, but it goes long. Sage Berggren, that was frustration. She's only a sophomore as we look at the coach, Samantha Hanlon. Her team is 4 points from advancing in the section tournament. Chenvert off the ceiling, that's playable. Orioles turn. They're down, they're 4 from the victory, goes off on the kill shot. That was Grace Johnson. Nope, that was number 2, excuse me. Sophia Nargorski with the kill shot. Park down just 3 points from the match, and that sails in right between all 3 of them. And now Park just 2 points from the match. They lead 2-0 in the best of 5. And the Millers are gonna take a timeout, and this is it for them. They're 2 points from their season being over. Park is 2 points for their season continuing on. They will be in a match on November 1st. As you can see, they're in the lower half of the region. They will take on the winner of number 2, Minneapolis Southwest versus South. On November 1st, when is that? That's next Tuesday, isn't it? And I don't know if that'll be here. I don't know if we'll be there, but they will be playing. And if you're a fan, I encourage you to go find where they're playing, whether it's South or Southwest. It might be right back here at the beautiful high school of St. Louis Park. All right, following the timeout. We're at the witching hour on Halloween Eve. Orioles looking for a treat here to move on. They're 2 points from that. And look at that kill shot by number 10, Samoy. And they are at not only game point, they're at match point. Watch the power there and the trajectory. Nothing they can do with the dive. There she is. Match point, game 3 for the sweep. Back to serve. Grace Johnson to win it. Back row, defense, they get it in. Barnett, Schrader, and it's not over yet. The Millers get that point. They're hanging by a thread. Now checking in, Stenzel, number 4. This is Kate, mind you. You know, the Millers have 3 ninth graders out there to stay in the match. Kill shot, and that's it. It's over. Wait a minute. Yep, they're gonna call it. Point goes to the Orioles, and they're the winners here in the quarterfinals. So for Paul Broden, our producer, everyone connected with ParkTV 16 Sports. My name is Robert Christensen. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Park wins, they advance, and we'll see you again.